Yeah, because of this gentleman is here, and you finally. What are chinch bugs? Do you know?
Chinch bugs?
Have you checked the manganese levels?
They're an irritant.
Bill Murray, iconic. I called you like one of the biggest stars in Hollywood, which is weird that you're one of the biggest stars in Hollywood, isn't it? Did you want? That's kind of embarrassing for you, isn't it?
Most of what I do is embarrassing, but I'm not keeping track of who's in charge out there.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to either at this point. We don't want to get serious on you, but God, what a year it's been out there, right?
It's been a very interesting year out there, and all the movements they've affected the restaurant business. I mean, people don't want to go out in public because people will say, "You're the guy who didn't," whatever.
But I can tell that it's been cathartic to some extent for the industry, and something that a day of reckoning that was long coming due to some extent.
It's if people are monstrous, it comes back. Eventually, it comes around, and we get justice, but we don't get it when we want it, right?
Yeah.
So. This is unusual. People are getting their justice rather quickly. They're getting it fast, and there's a big wave.
And I've known just in your career and everything else, but I don't think you become as successful unless you have sort of a really good feel for what's happening in society. I think a lot of the movies that you've done, they resonate. That's why they last 40 years and things like that. But so I wanted to ask you about the political discourse and where we are in terms of the country. It's a serious question for you, but I know you think about stuff like this. I mean, where are we, and how do we get here, and how do we get out of this?
I don't know how we got. Well, you've sort of been watching it happen, and here we are, and it's Clash of Clans first thing in the morning every day. Where people are just going to war about so much. It's interesting when this kind of movement happens, this kind of thing happens. It creates all kinds of sort of compost and fertilizer to make the next stage happen. So obviously things swing back and forth, and they go this way or that. But it's what people do in that moment of not reacting, but observing it and seeing it that changes. So a lot of people felt like, okay, when this new politic comes now, that it's going to make a new opportunity to join some people together. It's how can there be someone like, we're talking about who you like someone like Kristen Wiig that's really a funny person. How can Kristen Wiig make everyone laugh? She's not thinking about being political. She's thinking about what resonates and what is common to all of us. Yeah. I think that's harder and harder to do because people are trying to try to win their point of view as opposed to saying, what if I spoke to everyone? My friend who's a great comedy writer, Jim Downey, he's accused of being a right-wing writer, a comedy writer, if there is such a thing, sort of. And he says, no, I just think the way that the Democrats handle things is poor, where they try to pick out little pieces of a population that, well, we represent the Hispanics, we represent the LGBT or something. And they're not speaking to everyone at once, and it's almost demeaning to say, I'm choosing you because you're a splinter group or you're a certain minority group. That there's almost a resentment that somehow you're separated again by a politician, that you're my people, I'm in control of you, and I represent you, instead of thinking that each citizen has a right to be respected as a citizen for someone under the laws of the country.
Bill, I know that you don't follow the markets closely, but it's in the backdrop for everybody right now, and it's certainly been discussed on the golf course this week. We were just talking about what Randall Stephenson had to say, and the CEO saying that they're going to continue to spend. How much does this rise up to your awareness level, and what do you think about what's been happening?
Well, I think the high tide raising all boats. I think certainly the change in the tax laws is a great thing for the corporations. It's a fantastic thing. I don't pretend to understand what that will mean in the future in terms of the economy and what the budget will have to do to take care of what people call entitlements or whatever. That may or may not work, and I don't know. But I think in the first step, it's made things easier. I think people feel like there was probably too much regulation, and yet you just hope that they don't throw out the baby with the bathwater when breaking down regulations that somehow you know, there's things that don't protect people inside of it, sort of, you know, things that have been well observed and serve us as citizens.
I think, I'm not kidding, you're just soothing. The market's now up 265. Those are the highs, those are the highs for the morning.
Is that just since we got
it's just, I'm not kidding. It might be the pants, the bill bottoms or
Which,
something.
by the way, these are William Murray Golf Line, new bill bottoms, because you're also an entrepreneur now.
I want to pair something fierce.
I'm a very quiet, passive entrepreneur. You know, if this is what being an entrepreneur is, wearing pants like this, you know, we're going to have a special edition of Squawk Box about what our nation's future.
So you still you got no agent. People got to call, and if you like something they say, you might call them back. How many? You're doing 1 out of 50 or something now, or what's that? What do you still need to do? You won this tournament too. You don't have to do that.
Yeah, the Cubs won. I won this tournament. You know, lost a little weight. You know, it's all really going my way, Joe. I mean, it's really a Bill Murray decade. You know,
it's a Bill Murray. That's exactly what I was thinking. And then the one other thing I was thinking, you watch SNL. How does that work? It's Lorne, right? After all these years, it's
yeah. The amazing thing is the guy has learned something and learned how to do this thing. It's pretty amazing how it runs now, and he has so much confidence that it's that same room of people all stuffed into a room between dress and air. And he just goes, okay, can we cut that? And can we do this? And someone's going to take care of that, and this is going to be then. And people they just nod. And it was fun to be in there a couple of weeks ago. And
yeah, how'd you wind up as Steve Bannon?
The people spoke. I don't know. My friend called me up and said, would you like to be Steve Bannon? I said, who wouldn't? No, I just said, sure, okay, I'm going that way anyway. So, and they had a really good wig. Come on, a really good wig.
So we'll see what happens. DA and you won together with some happen. So good luck. What'd you do? You were at
we were at Spyglass. We were 6. Spyglass is really about survival.
It is
sort of what
should be graded on the curve.
World War I. It always feels like that.
At least it's not wet.
At least it's not wet.
Because then it's even harder. It's really when you come and get up and make the effort to come here, it means a lot. You're out doing, you know, checking out some of the.
I heard there was a government shutdown, and I said, I got to get to the box.
Did you have that leaf blower out? Did you clean up around it? Anyway, I remember more about Caddyshack than you do. Thank you. Thanks again.
Thank you very much.
Good morning.
Futures are up now. It's a Bill Murray rally. Make sure you join us on Monday.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.